Hi everyone, welcome to the platform of StudyIQ PCS. In this lecture, we will discuss the current affair of Assam for the month of February. We will cover the Assam specific news particularly in two parts for the month of February. This will be the part 1 and the pattern of discussion will be MCQ based. My name is Ravneet Kaur. If you want to connect with me, then you can join me at Telegram at Ravneet Kaur Official and on the Instagram at Ravneet Kaur Officials. So let's start with the lecture. And very first question is about the second edition of Kokrajhar Literary Festival. This literary festival actually begins at Bodofa Cultural Complex. At which particular place this festival begin? Options are Lakhimpur, Kokrajhar, Kamrup, Bajali. The correct answer will be Kokrajhar. As this is related to the literary festival of Kokrajhar, so it will be held at the Kokrajhar. This is the second edition of literary festival. It began with a great enthusiasm at Badofa Cultural Complex. This cultural complex is located at the bank of river Gorang. Remember this, okay? The festival is being organized by the BTR government. Chief Executive Member of BTR Pramod Boro on January 6 inaugurated this three-day long Kokrajhar Literary Festival. The theme of the festival might be asked in your questions. You can remember the theme of this festival, which is Literature for Peace and Harmony. The second edition of Kokrajhar Literary Festival has the theme of Literature for Peace and Harmony. And remember that this will be a 3-day long festival. Now let's come to the next question. Next question is about the Assam State Civilian Awards. For the year 2023, this awards has been announced. Assam government announced this award for how many awardees? Options are 20, 21, 22 or 23. The correct answer will be 21 awardees got this Assam State Civilian Awards. Assam government recently announced this award, and to whom these awards are particularly conferred. These awards are bestowed upon the eminent personalities and figures for their commendable service to the society. So whoever done the work for the betterment of the society, or who have done the commendable work for the society, those personalities got this award. As a recognition of their commendable service to the society, Assam government chosen 21 personalities for this award for the year 2023. You can remember that Assam State Civilian Award has 3 categories basically. Number 1 is Assam Vaibhav Award. Second is Assam Saurabh Award. Third is Assam Gaurav Award. Now you can remember the personalities which got the particular awards. Like renowned oncologist Dr. Tapan Saikia has been chosen by the government of Assam for the Assam Vaibhav Award. Similarly, the Assam Saurabh Award include the personalities like Nyanmoni Saikia, which is related to the support, and Gilbarton Sangma. Theatre Maestro Krishna Ray, Binay Kumar Saikia, Principal Scientist, Jorhat, and Sasidhar Phukon, which is the Joint Director of Health Service, Jorhat, also got this Assam Saurabh Award. Apart from this, the Assam Gaurav Award will be conferred upon the 15 eminent persons who have contributed immensely for the society. So some of the personalities which are clearly mentioned with respect to the Assam Vaibhav Award and Assam Saurabh Award, you can remember their particular name and the field to which they are associated and for which they got the award for the commendable service to the society. Okay, now the next question is about one of the particular loan approval. Actually, the Asian Development Bank and Government of India signed MOU regarding the loan approval for the connectivity in the Assam. How many $1 million loan will be provided by the Asian Development Bank and Government of India to the Assam for improving the connectivity? Options are $200 million, $500 million, $400 million or $300 million. The correct answer will be $300 million loan approval has been made by the Asian Development Bank and Government of India for the Assam. The project will actually expand the state highways which are already existing, and it will improve the condition of major district road from single lane to 2 lanes, which means that major district roads will be converted from the single lane to the 2 lanes. And it will also introduce new climate and disaster resilient structure. It will establish the pedestrian also, public transport facilities also, and elevate the highways which are actually in the flood prone areas. It will also include the landslide prevention structures in the mountainous area. The roads to be upgraded under this project include the 6 road sections in the state's western, central, and southern region. They will be connected to the Sazek corridor, in which corridor is basically about linking the India with the Bhutan and Bangladesh. So the connectivity will be further, you can say, proceed to the Sazek corridor implementation, and it will improve the cross-border trade and transport route. The project will complement the multi-modal logistic park which is being built in the Jogi Ghopa, and another one is proposed in the Silchar. This will serve the road, rail, inland waterway, and air transport facilities. So you can remember that this connectivity or this improved connectivity will not only work for the betterment of the state of Assam, but it will also enhance the international relationship by building the better connectivity with the Bhutan and Bangladesh, which are there in the part of Sazek corridor. About the Asian Development Bank, you can remember that India is a part of this bank, and this bank is particularly for the development of the Asian region, for the development of the Asian region. It provides the loan to the developing and underdeveloped countries for their socio-economic betterment. The headquarters of Asian Development Bank is in Manila. Manila is in Philippines. Next question is about historic Matia Bagh Hawa Mahal. This Matia Bagh Hawa Mahal will soon be converted to a museum. So at which particular place of Assam this historic Matia Bagh Hawa Mahal is located? Options are Dispur, Guwahati, Gauripur, Kamrup. The correct answer will be it is located in the Gauripur, and this will be soon converted into a museum. The family members of a folk legend, that is Padma Shri Pratima Baruha Pandey, handed over the matrimonial house and icon of Gauripur Zamindari estate, which is Matia Bagh Hawa Mahal, to the Assam State Cultural Department. Because Assam State Cultural Department will restore it, preserve it in the form of museum, which means this statement clarifies that this land or Matia Bagh Mahal is particularly belong to the Padma Shri Pratima Baruha Pandey. The family handed over the land at Matia Bagh along with the historic Hawa Mahal for the establishment of museum, so that the life and fame of the legend Padma Shri Pratima Baruha Pandey can be preserved. Chief Minister urged the State Minister of Cultural Affairs, whose name is Bimal Borha, to complete the museum by the year 2024. From this statement, the question can be framed that by which year this will be converted to a museum, by the year 2024. And Chief Minister also said that museum will be looked after by the Shrimant Shankradev Samaj. Now let's talk about the palace, or you can say Mahal. This was built in 1940 by the Prabhat Chandra Barua of Gauripur royal family, and it is being built on the hilltop of Matia Bagh at the Gauripur on the bank of Gadadhar river. Construction of the palace began in 1904 and it took almost 10 years to complete. Next question is about the re-emergence of different districts in the Assam. How many districts will be re-emerged with the existing districts in the state of Assam? Options are 3, 4, 5 or 6. The correct answer will be 4 districts will be re-emerged with the existing districts. So Assam cabinet decided to re-emerge the 4 districts of Assam in line with the delimitation process which is going in the state of Assam for the election. And this delimitation process has been initiated by the Election Commission. Election Commission took the decision to begin the delimitation of assembly and parliamentary constituencies in the state of Assam on the basis of 2001 census. Remember, delimitation process is basically conducted by the statutory body. As per the report, the cabinet has given the green signal for the merger of 4 districts in the interest of state, so that the delimitation process can occur efficiently. Like Bajali will be merged with the Barpeta district. The question is very important from this point of view, like which district will be re-merged into other district. Bajali will be part of Barpeta district. Biswanath will be merged into Sonitpur district. Hojai will be merged into Nagaon district. Tumalpur will be merged into Buxar district. So from now on, Bajali, Biswanath, Hojai and Tamalpur will no longer be the independent district, and now they will be the subdivisions. All the four districts were actually newly formed. Tamalpur was actually created in January 2022. Hojai was formed in 2015. Biswanath was also in 2015, and Bajali became the full-fledged district in 2020. But now again they will be converted into the subdivision and they will no longer be the independent district. Next news is very important. Indian Army paid the rich tribute to the Patharu Ghat martyrs. So what is this Patharu Ghat incident? Let's look into it. Patharu Ghat is actually a place in the Darang district of Assam. Here the revolt broke out in 1894 after the 1857 revolt. The immediate factor behind the revolt was the grievances of the people against the enhancement of the rate of revenue in the area. Rajmail were held in which not only the protest was lodged against the increase in the rate of land revenue, but also warning was issued to the villagers to the effect that no one should pay the increased revenue to the government. Like here you can remember that protesters actually enforced their conditions to the people that they will not at all pay the increment of the revenue to the government. On the 28th January 1894, when a police party went to the village to attach the property of peasant cultivator who was actually defaulter and did not pay the rent, they were surrounded by the mob. Soon after the incident, the rebel of the Patharu Ghat marched toward the police camp and they started attacking the police, and police ultimately led to the open fire. Many of the villagers died there and were also injured. So it led to complete suppression of the rebel of the Patharu Ghat by the Britishers. So you can remember this incident, which is very important from your static point of view in the history portion, and it was also in news. Next question is about the Himalayan griffon vultures. They were also in news. So what is the status of Himalayan griffon vultures in the IUCN Red List? International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List. Options are critically endangered, vulnerable, or near threatened. The correct answer will be near threatened. Himalayan griffon vulture is near threatened. Remember that IUCN is actually an observer at the United Nations. And you can also remember that it support the research of the fellow scientists regarding the conservation of the nature, but it do not conduct any sort of scientific research by itself. This is the important point which you need to take care of. And the headquarters of IUCN is located at Gland, which is in the Switzerland. IUCN issue the red list of different species. It can be related to the plants also and also to the animals. Under the red list, different categories has been placed, like category of critically endangered, vulnerable, near threatened, or least concern. So with respect to the intensity of the threat to the particular species, they are being categorized under the different types, like whether they are critically endangered or vulnerable. Like here, the Himalayan griffon vulture is under near threatened category. 6 Himalayan griffon vultures were actually found dead in the paddy field of Dhakukhana under the Lakhimpur district. It was actually believed that vultures died after consuming the carcass of cattle on the field. How they died after consuming the carcass? Because there is one, you can say, product which is, you can say, pollutant also, diclofenac. This diclofenac is being used on the cattle for the milk production and also for relieving them from the any pain or physical pain, you can say. This diclofenac is very dangerous for the vultures. So ultimately, if they are feeding on the cattle who are injected with the diclofenac, then vultures will be under threat with this carcass eating. Experts blame the use of the diclofenac sodium, which are administered on the carcass of the cattle, are the main reason behind the death of vulture. Now let's talk about Himalayan griffon vulture. It is also known as Gyps himalayanis in the scientific name. It is an old word vulture in the family Accipretidae, and it also includes the eagle, kite, buzzard, and hawk. It is closely related to the European griffon vulture, that is D. fulvus. This vulture is a typical vulture with a beard with white head, very broad wing, and also short tail feathers. It has white neck ruff, yellow bill, whitish body, wing cover the contrast with dark light feather. Now, if we talk about the distribution range of this particular vulture, then Himalayan vulture mostly lives in the Himalayas on the Tibetan plateau, which include India, Nepal, Bhutan, Central China, and Mongolia. It is also found in the Central Asian mountain from Kazakhstan to Afghanistan, and it will also cover the China and Mongolia area. Occasionally, it migrates to the northern India, but migration usually only occurs altitudinally. Next question is about one of the chariot campaign. One of the chariot is being taken out in particular district of Assam to spread the awareness against the child marriage. So at which particular district of the Assam this chariot has been taken out? Options are Lakhimpur, Kamrup, Kachar, Barpeta. The correct answer will be in the Kachar district. This chariot has been taken out for raising the awareness against the child marriage. It is another effort to end the practice of child marriage in the Kachar district. This chariot includes the messages to stop the practice of child marriage. It is being taken out from the office of Kachar Deputy Commissioner. The chariot is under the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao initiative. It provides the message against the ills of practice of child marriage, and it will cover the 16 CD blocks. And you can remember that Beti Bachao Beti Padhao initiative is actually for the betterment of the girl child and to provide them the educational opportunities. This Beti Bachao Beti Padhao initiative earlier was specific to particular number of districts, but now it is being open to all the districts of the different states of the country. And this initiative is particularly of the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Apart from this, it includes the Ministry of Education also, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare also. And now, latestly, other ministries like Ministry of Skill Development and Ministry of Youth has been incorporated in this Beti Bachao Beti Padhao initiative. So, number of ministries are actually involved for the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao initiative, under which we are not just focusing on the literacy of the girl child, empowerment of the girl child, but now we are focusing on the skill development of the women also, or adolescent girls also, even in the non-traditional you can say non-traditional ventures. Next news is about the Pyali Baruha. Pyali Baruha was remembered on the 165th death anniversary. Pyali Baruha has been remembered on the 165th death anniversary, and state government urged to take the different steps to preserve the contribution of the freedom fighter. On this day in 1858, which means on 26th February 1858, Pyali Baruha and Mani Ram Devan were hanged publicly in the Jorhat district by the British rulers. Why they were being hanged? Because they were protesting against the Britishers, or they were participating in the revolt against the colonial rulers. There has been press conference conducted by the government of Assam to understand the contribution of the Pyali Baruha in the freedom struggle. You can also remember the main incident which actually happened, or the brief history of the thing. Here you can remember that Pyali Baruha was a think tank for the Mani Ram Devan, and he had played a vital role in the mobilizing of public to revolt against the Britishers. He also convinced some Hindustani army men in the camp, which is located in the Golaghat, to help them to fight against the Britishers. But he is yet to get proper space in the history and do not get much recognition. That's why government is conducting such sort of press conferences. So he did not get such promotion in the public. Base Baruha urged the government to take a number of measures to keep alive the contribution and sacrifice of the martyr, and include the chapter regarding the Pyali Baruha in the academic curricula, and also erect the life-size statue of Maniram Diwan and Pyali Baruha in the Dispur district. Also, in the Guwahati and Jorhat location, these prominent personalities can be remembered by constructing the statue. So, such kind of historic personalities who made immense contribution in the freedom struggle, needs to be remembered, and it should be included in the academic curricula so that our upcoming generation will get to know about them. Next question is about the Kolong River. The Kolong River divert out from the Brahmaputra River in the Hatimura region and then again meet the Brahmaputra River at the Kolong Par near the Guwahati. So the question is, the Kolong River divert out from the Brahmaputra River in which of the particular district? Options are Jorhat, Nagaon, Karimganj or Kamrup. The correct answer will be in the Nagaon district. From the Hatimura region of Nagaon district, the Kolong River divert from the Brahmaputra River and then again meet the Brahmaputra River at the Kolangpa near the Guwahati. The wildlife related crimes are actually rise on the Assam, and during that period the resident of the two villages by the Kolong River under the Raha revenue circle taking some sort of initiative to protect the lesser adjacent stock which are being targeted under this wildlife related crimes. The resident of Rahachaki and Bomnia Gaon few years ago spotted two lesser adjacent birds. Those birds were actually building the nest on the tall tree bordering the two villages. So these villagers started protecting the adjacent birds. At first, they did not realize the importance of this bird species. Many of them considered it as a simple thing, till some nature lovers of their villages come to preserve the endangered bird, which means this bird is endangered. The Kolong River diverts from the Brahmaputra River in the Hatimura region and then again it meet the Brahmaputra at the Kolangpar, which means it form a braided stream. Braided stream. This river is forming the braided stream. Next question is about the new governor of Assam. Gulab Chand Kataria sworn in as a new governor of Assam. So he was sworn in as a which numbered governor of Assam? Options are 30th governor, 32nd governor of Assam, 29th or 31st. You can see the picture. He is appointed as the 31st governor of the state of Assam. He is 78-year-old and sworn in as a 31st governor. And he is sworn in at a Shriman Shankradev Kalakshetra in Guwahati. Kataria is actually a resident of Udaipur, which is in Rajasthan. And he would succeed the Professor Jagdish Mukhi. Professor Jagdish Mukhi was the earlier governor who demitted the office on February 19 by completing his term. Earlier, Kataria had also served as the Home Minister of Rajasthan and also the leader of opposition in the state assembly. Next question is about the Bal Panchayats of the Assam. Bal Panchayats in the Assam has been organized to fight against which particular thing? Options are child trafficking, child marriage, child labor or all of the above. The correct answer will be the Bal Panchayats are particularly to target the child marriage incident in the state. At the Bal Panchayat, the state will look to disseminate the message of the ill effect of the child marriage, and also it will encourage the people to take a stand against the child marriage. Next news is about the Mega Mission Society. 270 crore rupees has been sanctioned as a grant in aid to the Mega Mission Society. Chief Minister Samagra Gram Unnayan Yojana for paddy procurement by Assam Food and Civil Supply Corporation Limited in uninterrupted manner, and it will also implement the mission Amrit Sarovar. So I hope this is clear that Mega Mission Society works for the you can say food supply in an uninterrupted manner, and it will also implement the Amrit Sarovar mission. Amrit Sarovar mission is basically for the rejuvenation of different ponds, or you can say rejuvenation of the surface water resources in the 75 districts of each state in the country. Now let's talk about the Mega Mission in detail. The main objective of the Mega Mission is to double the farm income. That's why we are focusing on the uninterrupted supply of food. This was sought to be achieved through a saturation model by covering each revenue village by providing interventions in the direct economic activities, logistic support, including the market linkages, and it will also help in the community support. The Chief Minister Samagra Gram Mein Unnayan Yojana would aim at 9 critical areas, and related missions are fishery mission, milk mission, organic mission, Land Management and Conservation Mission, Sericulture, Khadi and Cottage Industry Mission, Road and Broadband Connectivity, Semi-Processing, Processing and Market Linkages, Youth Yoga Sports Mission, and E-Gram Mission. So these are some important points related to the mission and the objectives. And 270 crore rupees has been sanctioned as a grant in aid for this mission. This is important point to be take care of. Next question is, in India, how many river cruise ships are operational between Kolkata and Varanasi, while the cruise movement is also operational on the Brahmaputra river? Options are 8, 10, 5 or 6. The correct answer will be 8 river cruise ships are operational between the Kolkata and Varanasi. World longest river cruise, that is MV Ganga Vilas. It reached the Assam after passing through the neighboring Bangladesh. You can see the picture of MV Ganga Vilas. This is the longest river cruise of world. The vessel crossed the zero point in the Dhubri along the India-Bangladesh border, and it will continue its onward journey by reaching at the Dibrugarh, which is on the eastern tip of the state of Assam. MV Ganga Vilas is scheduled to travel 13 days in the Assam, and it will then halt at Dhubri, Jogighopa, Pandu, Kaziranga and Mazoli before its culmination of the journey at the Dibrugarh. The luxury cruise was planned to cover a distance of more than 3,200 km across 27 river systems in the 5 states of India and Bangladesh. The vessel has already traversed through the Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and Bangladesh. So you can remember that MV Ganga Vilas was in news, and this cruise was also there in the Assam, which will culminate the journey at the Dibrugarh. So that's it for today's lecture. Keep studying. All the best. Thank you very much.